Welcome to Disciple Parenting. I'm Ben Martin, and if this is your first time joining us, go ahead and click subscribe. If you've been here the whole time, welcome back. We are going to continue talking about how to get your kids involved in that deeper relationship with Jesus. And we started at birth through about 9 years old, focusing on the relationship, getting to know him, getting to know his word. And then that 9, 10, 11, 12 area, the focus is understanding who he is by studying the word and going deeper and understanding God in the framework of our beliefs. And so the obvious next step is, if you know him, if you know what you believe, then you need to tell others. And so for that 13 to 14-year-old window, we're going to talk about how to involve your kids in sharing what they believe. Let's get into it. Sharing what we believe is really critical. In fact, you can see as Jesus was training his disciples, this was something he was working towards from the beginning. He sent out the 12 in Matthew 10, then he sent out the 70, and all of this was preparing them for the Great Commission, that go into all the world and tell them. So if we want to raise up children who are equipped to go out into all the world, then we have got to start getting them involved in telling others. And 13 to 14 is that perfect window to start this out. There's kind of this break between like childhood and teenage years where there's a lot of maturity, there's a lot of understanding, and it's that perfect opportunity to sort of bring them alongside and get them involved in ministry. But how do you do that? What does it look like? Well, first of all, you know what I'm going to say because I say it in pretty much every video, and that is modeling. If you want your children involved in ministry, then the first thing that you need to do is get involved in ministry yourself. If your child grows up seeing you as an active part of the church, they're going to understand that that's what it means to be a church member, and they themselves are also going to just naturally get involved in church. And so that's kind of the first key thing that we need to do, is actually get involved ourselves. Second of all, get them involved in a safe context. We're not sending them out into the furthest reaches of the globe. We're not sending them into the darkest part of inner city. We're finding a safe place so that they can experience, so they can start learning exactly where they fit into the body of Christ themselves. So I want you to find a way where they can take ownership. It can be their voice. They can be sharing what they know, but in a safe place. Third, equip them. So often when we involve kids in ministry, we kind of rely on the cute factor instead of actually letting them have a voice and equipping them to do it well. And the downside to that is kids aren't dumb. They know this. And so as they grow older, they will realize that they're not as cute. They're as they've developed, they've changed, and maybe that is no longer for them. But when we equip them, when we take what they're doing seriously, they understand that this is now a serious thing. This is something that they are growing into, not growing out of. And so when you are getting kids involved in ministry, equip them. Spend that time preparing them, getting them ready, so that when they get to that moment where they're doing it, whether it be preaching a sermon or singing a song, whether it be going door to door, whatever it is, when they do it, they are confident in what they're doing because they know who they believe in, they know what they believe, and they know how to share it. So, as the weather is getting warmer, it is the perfect opportunity to get out and tell people about Jesus. This time, though, take your teen with you. Take your youngster with you and let them have that opportunity of sharing what they know about Jesus Christ. Because let's be honest, if we're ever going to finish the work, we need all hands on deck, from the youngest to the oldest. And so let's start preparing our kids to be an active part of our church.